Hi folks, look who's back tonight. Spidey with another fantastic movie review. One of my favorite Batman movies is Batman Forever from 1995. This is a Blu-ray version, and it's actually kind of cool. I like the cover in these first four Batman movies. I kind of like the bat symbol and the way it looks. There's the front cover of the Blu-ray. Here is the back cover of the Blu-ray. Pretty beautiful. I think it's quite beautiful, actually. Anyway, before we start that, you know I always have to dedicate this webcast to Kara C. Kara Ann, I will always love you, babe, forever. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this movie. This came out in 1995. It has fantastic cast. It has Val Kilmer as Batman, the new Batman. They jump ship, of course. Michael Keaton played Batman in the very first two movies. And then Val Kilmer reprised the role in this, well, not reprised it, but basically came and took over the role in Batman Forever. And I thought Val Kilmer did a pretty damn good job. I kind of wish, since they didn't go with Michael Keaton, that they would have basically stuck with Val Kilmer, because I thought he actually did a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Batman. I kind of wish they would have stuck with him for a few sequels, but of course they didn't have to. They always screw up, Warner Brothers. They got to keep bringing in new actors. But anyway, this got a great cast in this movie. It's got Tommy Lee Jones, Drew Barrymore, Jim Carrey, Pat Hingle, Michael Gough. Oh my God, it's got a great cast, man. It has Nicole Kidman. Oh my God, this movie, I think this movie rocks. It's directed by Joel Schumacher, of course. He directed the third and the fourth movie. But this movie is actually still produced by Tim Burton. So Tim Burton still had a hand in these movies, which is kind of nice. And it does have a Tim Burton feel to it, but it's a little more colorful than the first two Batman movies with Michael Keaton. This one's got a lot of neon and fluorescent lights and a lot of outlandish costumes and gangs and stuff like that. I do like this movie a lot. A lot of people would disagree with me and completely say it was a piece of crap, but I thought it actually worked very well. Now, I would agree with them that Batman and Robin, the follow-up to this movie with Joel Schumacher directing, was a disaster. That movie's terrible. At least half of it's terrible. Some of it's halfway decent. But this movie basically is about the Riddler. Jim Carrey basically plays the Riddler in this movie. We will be showing some clips, so don't worry. We will be showing some clips. I know you're all scared I won't show us no clips. I promise. I promise. Scout's honor. I promise. Well, maybe not Scout. How about Devil's honor? Whatever. Yeah. Spidey. Oh. God. Ooh. Ah. All right. I rock. Hey, ladies, don't you wish your boyfriends all had an attitude like Spidey? It looked like Spidey? Damn. You should be jealous. Your boyfriend should be jealous. Really, for real. I am the man. Okay, enough with this bullshit. Let's get back to the movie. Oh, God, we're already 3 minutes in this movie and I haven't said a damn thing. Okay. Anyway, the movie is really based on the Riddler, Jim Carrey. He does a great job as a Riddler. I mean, he's got this outlandish costume, like a skin-tight spandex with all these question marks on it. It's like lime green, light green or something. He's got the punky red hair and stuff. Yeah, oh my God, he's actually quite good as the Riddler. He plays Edward Nygma in this movie. He worked for Wayne Enterprises, and he's this inventor that Wayne Enterprises isn't like in the, I'm not sure what department is. It's kind of like a technology department or something, and he basically on his spare time has created this virtual reality machine that's basically can suck people's brain waves and their intelligence out of their heads and into his head. That's really what the movie's about. He basically he's completely insane. Edward Nygma, Jim Carrey. We'll just call him the Riddler. And but he's actually quite good in this movie. Jim, he actually did this 1995, it's like 21 years ago, but he actually was still in his prime, I believe, at least for comedy and stuff like that. But he did a great job, man. I still like Jim Carrey. I don't care what anybody says. I love Jim Carrey, and I hope he continues to do all these outlandish roles and stuff like that, because he is so talented in that area. Whether it's The Mask or the Riddler or whatever it might be, he needs to keep working in those areas. Forget about being stereotyped in Hollywood. Just go for it, Jim. Just go for it, man. You're the greatest, man. For real. And then you got Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face in this movie. His costume is outlandish. It's half of his normal looking, all the way down from the top of his head all the way down to his bottom of his feet. He looks normal on one side, and basically he has scarred face on one side, and the outlandish Two-Face costume on the other half of his clothing from, I can't remember if it's right or left side. Doesn't make any difference. But he's always trying to kill Batman. He hates Batman. The movie really starts out with him basically trying to kill Batman. He just hates Batman beyond belief. Oh my God! And he fails every time because Batman is just too smart for Two-Face, and or Val Kilmer or whatever. And it's actually quite nice. I like this movie a lot. Then you got Chris O'Donnell. Chris O'Donnell's in this movie. He becomes Robin. I wish they would have kept Robin out of these movies. I just wish they would have kept Robin out of these movies, man. Oh, I think that kind of ruined these movies a little bit. Chris O'Donnell, anyway, that's Robin, anyway. We all know who he is. He's been in a few movies. Of course, he was in that disastrous Batman and Robin movie, the follow-up to this movie, whatever, a few years later, which sucked. Whatever. Anyway, let's just talk about this movie. So basically, Jim Carrey becomes a billionaire in this movie because his invention is taken off. Everybody's buying one, and basically it shows he built this giant capacitor of some sort. It's this kind of brain-sucking machine that's up on this island. And it's basically everybody that uses the machine in the city, all the brainwaves are being sucked out of their head and into his giant capacitor, which are flowing back down into his brain. It's fucking weird as hell, man. Jim Carrey is really quite funny in this movie. I love Jim Carrey. Two-Face. Everybody in this cast is actually quite good. I don't think Danny Elfman did the music. Oh, God, what's it? I can't think of the guy's name. Oh, who did the music? It's pretty good music. It's kind of creepy. What I do like about all these Batman movies is that they're really dark and creepy and atmospheric. I use those terms a lot, but, it's the truth. They do have a certain appeal to me, and that's why I kind of like these movies. I could pass on Batman or Robin, but, that's another whole nother story. Or whatever. Yes! Yes! Anyway, Drew Barrymore's in this movie too, and so is I think Lisa Marie. They play, I think it's Lisa Marie. They play Two-Face's Malls, his girlfriends, the good half, the bad half. They're quite good too. Nicole Kidman, like I said before, has got the hots for Batman. She's always trying to get under his cape, so to speak. And of course, Val Kilmer has a thing for her too. Batman, of course, they end up getting together kind of at the end, because she kind of falls in love with Bruce Wayne because he's actually Batman, and that's who she wants to fall in love with, but she likes Batman, and blah, 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 and she should be loving me because I'm Spidey, and I'm the greatest. Yes. Oh, 7 minutes into this thing, and I haven't gotten said. Anyway, it's got a kind of a good story. It's got a really good story. I mean, don't get me wrong. This movie actually, in my opinion, this is a pretty good follow-up to the first two Batman movies in every sense of the word. And like I said before, I know a lot of people would disagree with me. I'm not going to give it quite a good rating as the very first two Batmans, but still, it's going to get a very good rating from me because it deserves it. I like this movie because it's got so much color in it. It's really very colorful in spots, especially in the city, in Gotham City, where there's a lot more. It seems to be a lot more neon, a lot more fluorescent type stuff. There's fluorescent gangs and stuff like that, and it's basically pretty cool looking movie, folks. If you just let yourself go and just kind of get into it. And Nicole Kidman, she actually does a pretty good job. She plays this psychiatrist. I can't think of her name in the movie, but she, like I said, she's in love with Batman, and she's okay. She does a pretty good job. She's cute as hell, of course, but Batman likes her. What can you do? He falls in love with her. Anyway, we will be showing some clips in a few minutes and yapping more about this movie. The story's pretty basic, like I said. It's just really about Two-Face and the Riddler trying to expose Batman and trying to tell the public it's actually Bruce Wayne and stuff like that. They're always going after him. There's always, they're always trying to think of different ways of killing this guy, Batman and stuff like that. It's really what the movie's about. It's Batman against the Riddler and Two-Face and stuff like that. So, God, what else can we talk about? Should we just show a clip and maybe I can just shut up for 5 minutes? Just show a clip, man. Show a clip, but first we got to go back because we got to start at the very beginning, man. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot, folks. Kind of do some opening credits here. Yeah. Oh. Hey, that... Let's turn the volume up a little bit because I want to make sure you guys are getting plenty of sound here. We don't need to play. Yeah, he's Tommy Lee Jones. You can see the opening credits there. I like the makeup on Tommy Lee Jones. It's really cool looking.
You're counting on the winged Avenger to deliver you from evil, aren't you, my friend?
Are you gonna kill me?
Maybe, maybe not. You can say we're of two minds on the subject.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones does a great job, I think.
Let's say we flip for it. One man is born a hero.
Let's go to another scene.
Let's start this party with a bang!
That's Tommy Lee Jones at the beginning of the movie. He's basically trying to kill the security guard. Batman saves him, of course. It's a trap for Batman. Poor Batman getting flung around on a wire. Oh,
despite
yes.
a valiant effort last night by Batman, Harvey Two-Face is still at large and extremely dangerous. And in other news today, billionaire Bruce Wayne has extended his trend-setting profit-sharing program to the employees of the highly successful electronics division.
Haha. Yes.
Chair.
There's some dopey scenes in this movie. Now, this is Jim Carrey's Edward Nygma creating his little mind-altering machine.
Too many questions. There's too many questions. There's too many. I'll show you it works.
What's going on here?
I told you this project is terminated. I'm calling security.
I like Jim Carrey, man. Wham! Oh! That is so classic. He conks him out with a coffee pot.
District attorney was horribly scarred by underworld kingpin Boss Maroney. Although Batman tried to save him,
We'll just go through some clips here real quick. Give you a general idea of what's going on.
I've really got to get you out of those clothes.
Excuse me?
Pardon me?
And into a black dress. Tell me, Doctor, do you like the circus?
Ah, yes. Yeah. There's a lot of little fill-in scenes here you really don't need to see, but I'm just kind of giving you a general storyline here as I'm fast-forwarding these scenes a little bit. We'll kind of get to some more excitement here. Oh, poor Chris O'Donnell. He's the bummed out his parents got killed at the circus. Kind of a bummer. Tommy Lee Jones is, like I said, he's actually pretty cool in this movie. Here's Edward Nygma creating his new costume for his Riddler.
Puzzler.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
Gotham last night, another robbery perpetrated by the city's green-suited menace, resulting in millions.
Oh, yeah. Jim Carrey,
I have something for you. It's on the table.
I love Jim Carrey in this movie, folks. I love Jim Carrey in this movie. I think he actually is the main focus point, him and Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face in this movie.
I'm sorry to bother you, sir. I have some rather distress.
It's just that everybody actually does a pretty good job in this movie. You know, I just like Jim Carrey.
Think about every second of the day is getting Two-Face.
They basically play a really great criminal duo. We don't need to see that kind of stuff right there. That's just a date. Yeah. Oh, you've seen all these scenes 100 times before. You know exactly what they look like. I'm just kind of give you a brief reminder of what the movie, as it goes along, what it looks like and stuff like that. I want to get to Jim Carrey, basically, as the Riddler in his costume and stuff like that, because it's actually quite
So,
fun.
from this day on?
Yeah, right. He's going to shut the Batcave down, right.
Good evening, Dr. Meridian.
Good evening.
Oh, we don't need to see that. Don't need to see that.
Queen!
This is pretty good. There's Jim Carrey in his costume. Tommy Lee Jones, of course.
Remember the plan. Seize and capture. Okay, that goes double for you. If I was a superhero, where?
I think Jim Carrey just pulled this role off so beautifully, man.
We're 5 little items, but every day.
They're trying to figure out the little riddles that Jim Carrey's leaving behind. Duh. Yes, excellent. That's quite nice, man. I like the bat plane. It's pretty cool looking.
A14.
I hope they can find the little black box.
Jim Carrey. Yes. We're running.
Looking for us. Yeah. That was for my mother.
That was for my father. That was for my brother. Revenge. Okay, that's enough of the movie. All right, that is enough of the movie. You've seen too much. I may have to take action. Take action. Anyway, like I said, this movie I think actually works on a number of really good levels. You know, it's not a perfect movie, but you know, I kind of like the music and everything, and I like the visuals in this movie. And I actually think all the actors did a really good job in this movie. I couldn't really show you too many clips because, you know, I'm trying to fast forwarding a little bit, like I've said before. So I'm trying to find the better clips and kind of show you just a few seconds of those so you kind of get a better understanding of the movie. But I'm sure you've all seen this movie 100 times, or at least a few times. It might be in your collection. It should be in your collection. Let's see how much time we got. Oh, yes. But anyway, let's rate this movie before I start blabbing about it again. You know, I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10 Spiderwebs. It's not as good as the very first two Batman movies of Michael Keaton, but still, I enjoyed this movie immensely. I watch it every once in a while because I think it's a fun movie from start to finish. And it's very colorful. It's got great dialogue. Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones, the entire cast are quite entertaining in this movie. It's kind of like the whole cast really got into their particular roles, and they just take it right to the max there. And I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I think everybody did a great job. I mean, the production's beautiful, the photography's beautiful, the music's outstanding. This music, it's a very fun. It's very loud too, which is really quite fun, you know. And it just works on all levels, you know. But like 8.5 Spiderwebs out of 10 is as high as I can go on this one, but it's not perfect. Maybe because of Chris O'Donnell. Maybe I'm going to cut it down to 8.5 because of Chris O'Donnell. I thought maybe in introducing him as Robin was kind of a mistake in this movie, but I think it would be better if Batman would have just been gone solo in this movie against Two-Face and, you know, and the Riddler and stuff like that. So, but otherwise, this movie, I think, is so much fun, folks. I love this movie. I mean, it's a fun movie to watch, you know. I don't care what anybody says. There's going to be people who are going to be bitching about this review and going, 8.5 spiders, spiderwebs, what the hell's wrong with you, Spidey? It's like, because it's in my movie collection because it's a Batman movies. I'm a huge Batman fan, you know, from start to finish. And, like I said, I didn't particularly care for Batman and Robin, the follow-up to this movie, but this is where I think it went south a little bit with Batman and Robin, George Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and stuff like that. I don't think I'll be reviewing that movie because maybe I will, but it's going to be kind of trashed a little bit, so I may want to stay away from that movie. It's plain and simple. But anyway, I hope you've seen this movie, and you should put it in your collection and just watch it again from 1995, like 21 years ago. It still holds up very well today, just like the very first two Batman movies. So that is my review for tonight, and we'll put a little shot right there of that. Should I review Batman and Robin? Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. There it is. Okay, so that is 8.5 Spiderwebs out of 10 Spiderwebs. That's my review. So until next time, we will see you in the Batcave. Yeah, Batcave. The Batcave, yes. Okay, we'll see you in the Batcave. That sounds pretty cool. Bye.